So John, you've worked as a consultant for various food service and hospitality businesses. We mentioned Morrison's before. I think you've worked for Whitbread as well, and various football stadiums, including I think Manchester City, Tottenham Hotspur, Real Madrid, amongst various others. What are some of the most common problems and issues you encounter within kitchens?
Well, even though it's all food, within all the businesses I work for, it's all slightly different. So when I work for the Arts Council in theatres, museums and art galleries, they've got their own challenges of that.
Okay, so looking at football stadiums first of all, then, given the context.
Well, it's logistics and it's speed. Because, you know, if you go to the States and visit the Dallas Cowboys, you'd be there for 8 hours. In the UK, you probably go for a pint or whatever it's going to be called, and then you'll rock up matches at 3, and you'll rock up, 10 past 2, 10 to 2. So your dwell time is short and sharp in the UK. But 60 to 70% of revenue in UK stadiums is taken at half time.
Interesting.
So you've got 15, 20 minutes. You know, if you've got an average crowd of 40,000, you're going to do 15,000 people in 20 minutes. And the reality is that 90% of the employees will be part-time casuals, agency that have never worked there.
They're not that familiar with the systems.
No, so that it's tough. But that's no excuse, is it? So it's the organisation. I think if a club is genuinely interested and committed to good food, I'm not necessarily talking about the quality of the product, but also the floors, the walls, the extract, the ventilation, the light, the food safety, how we train, we develop you, how I can sear it, cook it, fry it, whatever, that will show. Are we serious? Are we committed? 1 to 10, well, are you committed to? Okay, got to help. Or, it's that desire, But when you're protecting a brand or the brands, I think it's really important. If my bottle of water's warm and the beer's not got no head on it, or whatever it is soggy and my pie's got one, I'm not, but it's tough stuff within Stadia.
And is that issue of logistics, but also the prioritisation of high standards, something you see across other venues as well? You mentioned galleries, etc. there before.
Yeah,
beyond football stadia.
Yeah, I worked for Fulham for 7 or 8 years. Crystal Palace. I've also done the Huddersfield, the Halifaxes. Those guys have a tough time. But some of them have food cultures. Some of them don't have food cultures. But the smarter ones, to get loyalty and also to drive revenue and profit. I think the food and beverage experience is really, really important. Serve 3 things, but get the temperature right, the time delivery, the product right, and make sure it's a good product that the chairman can. Imagine if in football stadiums you put a giant picture of the chairman with his mobile number saying, if your food is rubbish, please call Harold. That'd sort him out, wouldn't it? And it's tough because the fans will look at a player and think, wow, he's cost 10 million or 20 million or whatever. But my pie's cold, and there's no, it's a tough thing. To me, do it well, be committed and drive the hell out of it, or don't do it.
I think the example of a pie in particular is very interesting. I think the quality of food, do you think there's something to be said about sourcing more local ingredients or using local businesses in as large a venue as, say, a football stadium? I know, for example, at Brighton, they used a local pie company called Piglet's Pantry, which was just one woman in a very small bakery somewhere in rural
and
Sussex.
Let it remain like that.
Exactly.
What we don't want is that to become a national brand where it all becomes... I do, but as long as it's a great product, you can use local, but if it's rubbish, it's rubbish. So, but I think if you're promoting great food and hospitality and smiles and welcomes, then I think it needs to be stuff that's good. And you begin to look at that. That story you just told me, I remember that from Brighton from yonks ago. It was, and at Brighton, of course, they give them free rail travel in and out and those things. Get loyalty, I think it's important.
Exactly.